Long day today. I made an astonishing $200. My one and only job that I did not subcontract, I decided to do today. So let's talk about the jobs I did, and then we're going to get into the details of this video. I had a mattress removal with bed bugs. Wait a minute. That's not what I did today. Oh, I did a Sub-Zero fridge, which I did record. $200. That was nice. Also had a hot tub that I gave to Jamon, a refrigerator I gave to Jamon, a small house cleaner I gave to my son, and another fridge I gave to my son. So that's honestly what I had on the schedule, but I passed them off because I'm really taking the month off and only concentrating on Fridays and Saturdays where the haunted house is. But if there's a small job that comes up, I'll go do it. I got a phone call from one of my friends, ER Junk in North Carolina, my boy, Mike Feeney, and he was like, Ricardo, what is going on with these companies closing doors, ceasing operations, going bankrupt? You know what I mean? And when I say going bankrupt, it's not that they're filing bankruptcy, they're just calling it quits. When you call it quit, what happens? You stop. You're like, I'm not going to do this no more. You tell your wife, you tell your kids, hey, daddy's going to be home more. I'm going to go work at the Mint in Fort Worth. I have no idea. You just stop working, right? You're not doing junk removal. You park your trailer in the back, or you sell your trailer, or whatever you do. That's what I'm talking about. It doesn't mean you're going to go file paperwork in the courthouse and go bankrupt. I'm just saying the word bankrupt. That way you kind of relate to me. Alex, ¿qué pasó, man? Peace. So that's. He said he's from Nashville, JunkGuys Nashville, and he said, bro, they're closing up left and right, and that's true. And he said, why is it happening right now? Why is it happening right now? Well, I have a perfect explanation for everybody, and you want to hear this. If you're into junk removal, this is why. It is 2023. In 2019, this thing called COVID came out, and it laying 2019 to 2020. COVID was a big deal. It was a virus. So the U.S. government decided to do a PPPL loan, Paycheck Protection Program loan, and an EIDL loan, which is Economic Disaster Loan. These two loans were to help the economy stay in business. They were supposed to help out anybody who was a freelancer, anybody who was a mom and pop, anybody who did, if you work in the flea market, they were giving loans. I mean, if you were homeless and begging for money on the side of the, that's how desperate they were, you can apply for the loan if you could prove it. So here's what happens, and I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be just totally honest, and I want you to kind of think about this. When I say and it comes out of my mouth, I want you to think about the numbers that I'm talking about. So let's talk about a normal person that decided to, he was working as he owned a small, this guy was an organizer. No, fuck that. He was one of those guys that spray on the road. He was a painter, all right? He was a painter, and he posted on Craigslist all the time, and he'd been doing this for 5 years, and all of a sudden, COVID hits. He qualifies for the loan. They give him $100,000. Of course, this guy's never had more than $5,000 in the bank, but the government issues $100,000 in his bank account the next day after he applies on Monday, and about Tuesday night or Wednesday morning, he has $100,000 in the bank because he applies, because at the time of the loan or the PPL loan, and PPL loan, you just had to prove you had employees, and there was a lot of fraud going on. So imagine this guy who was a painter. He gets his $100,000 loan, and he decides, hey, you know what? Not only do I want to paint, I want to do junk removal. And he goes off and buys himself a trailer, a new truck. He invests all his $100,000, and he buys his wife a car. He still got a good 50 grand because he pays for the car cash. She's driving a Mercedes. And he's using 50 grand on the rest of his business, buys a used truck and a trailer, spends about $20,000. And he's spending this additional $30,000 that he has on his business. Well, that $30,000 extends to about 2 to 3 years. And now he's run out of business. He stopped paying Thumbtack. He stopped paying Angie's List, Home Advisor, Google Ads. He stopped. And the reason is, he never had a business. He was using government funds to run his business. There's a lot of people out there that not only that were in junk removal, and you can look up the people. I mean, it's free. It's on the internet. You can see the companies, and you're gonna laugh when you see somebody like somebody from JRA on there, or somebody like Russ Berry that got loans and stuff from the government. All these people dipped in there and got money from the government for free, for absolutely free. You don't even have to pay the shit back. I mean, they say you have to pay it back. You don't really have to. But they ended up getting this money for free. And like Joseph's junk removal up in, I think they're in Chicago or Illinois. I don't know what it is. He's got these yellow trucks, like 1-800, but they're yellow and they say Joseph on the side. He got a loan too. These people got PPL loans and got EIDL loans. And somebody like Lee Galbo got a loan too. But you know, it doesn't matter. The loan money is gone. They've ran through it and they bled through that money. It is gone. And what they did is not only spend it on their business, they spent it on their living expenses. They started buying pools in the backyard. With $300,000, you can buy a badass pool and still have a lot of money left over. They bought Grand Cherokees. They bought their daughters a new Ford Bronco truck. They added an additional gym to their house with their loan. They got about $272,000 to $267,000 loan, free money, fucking free money. But the junk removal owners, what they did is they got that money and they never seen that money in life, so they go and buy him a blue Corvette. They go and buy dump trucks, dump trailers and dump trucks. And they post it all over Facebook acting like I'm a businessman. I'm going to tell you something. When you get a loan from the government and it's free, you're not a businessman. You're a fucking, you can put your hand out. That's what that means, okay? You know how to get fucking money, and people, listen, I'm going to show you what a professional have to do, how professional you have to be a person that puts their hand out, because I just did it right there. That's what they did. Now, I know a lot of y'all got the loan. I know a lot of people in junk will still use the money properly. But there's a lot of people that use the money improperly and spend it on living expenses. And I understand that. You needed the money. Alex Villanova says, on the loan, they should have saved it and not spent it. Because eventually, gotta give it, yeah, you gotta give it back. But, you know, Alex, the thing about it, these loans, these PPL loans, the EIDL loans, is that you don't have to pay them back anymore. But they've ran out of these loans. And that's what made the pricing of housing, the dollar go down. This is what inflation does. They started printing $4 trillion, $550 billion to small businesses. And inflation just killed the economy. Kraken says, too much hard work for some. That's true. It's just too much hard work. And what I want to tell you is that the money has ran out. After 3 years, the 2019 Corona hits. 2020, the government gets together and they make the stupid fucking idea of giving these loans out, and it saves a lot of people. It saved, of course, my family, because they're in the retail store and they had to close down the retail store. So it actually did help a lot of people. But just like my family, they spent their money on other things too, just like anybody else would. They spend it the wrong way. And junk removal owners spend it the wrong way. A lot of people went off and bought really stupid things. A lot of people went and bought cars and houses and put deposits. There's a lady here local out of Frisco, Texas. She's a real estate agent. She applied for the EIDL loan and got $50,000, and then applied for the PPL loan, but then realized she only has one employee. But she put down that she had over 21 employees and got over $10 million from the Paycheck Protection Program loan. And now she's serving a 5-year sentence. A lot of people will serve these jail time. They will serve jail time, prison time, because they stole and used the money improperly. But the money's gone. After 3 years, in 2020, when they issued out all these loans, the money is gone, and they're trying to sell their trailers, they're trying to sell their trucks. It is gone. And they never had a business. They never had a business to start off. So let's take somebody that I know, for instance, Javier. Javier is out of Burleson, Texas. Javier is a good friend of mine. Javier was in the landscaping business. He cut grass. He had one little small 6-foot trailer, and he put 2 mowing machines in there, and he attached his little weed eaters on the side, and he went around. Javier ended up getting $150,000 for his business. He started a junk removal business. That's how he got to know me. Javier's out of business. Javier closed his doors out early March this year. He said he just couldn't do it. He owed too much money to Google ads and stuff. It's because when you got $150,000, you just don't know what to do with it. And he went and spent it on other things other than junk removal. Instead of keeping some of that money in the truck, he went and bought himself a nice Ford Raptor. I've seen it. It's nice too. It's actually nicer than any vehicle that I have. But the money, and that's just one person that I know. I know a lot of other companies, a lot of owners that got these loans, and then the money is gone. The money has vanished. Oh, where did it go? Well, motherfucker, you're driving a Ford Raptor. Where do you think it went? You know what I mean? Look at my junk guys. Junk guys. It's gone. You have to realize that if you're not good with money, $150,000 ain't going to solve it either. You're just going to spend it because you're not good with money. Once you're bad with money, put it this way. Let's put it in a term of really something disgusting. I'm going to tell you something really disgusting. A pedophile. A pedophile is a person that goes after kids, young kids, and molests them. A pedophile. You know what you don't do to a pedophile? You don't throw him more kids. You don't bring a school bus with 3rd graders and drop it off at his house. That's what you don't do. That's not good for a pedophile. Okay? Now, here's what the government does. Now, and it's true. Just think about this, Kraken. Think about this. If you're bad with money, and you're not good with money at making money, or don't know where the fuck to do with it, and they bring a bucket of more money, guess what? Right, okay? Same thing with the pedophile. Now, I wanted to relate it to that because you can understand what I'm talking about. Once you're bad with money, you're always going to be bad with more money. And most of these business owners that are bad with money got the loan because they pay their taxes. And now they're out of the money. And what are they doing? They're posting on Facebook. They're on Craigslist Market. They're on Facebook Marketplace. They're on Craigslist selling their vehicles. Selling them. Kraken says the fact that they wasted their money shows they never seen that kind of course, Kraken, of course. Of course. Do you actually think Javier, who had been doing cutting grass for 5 years, had $10,000 in the bank, Kraken? Kraken, do you fucking think that Javier from Burleson, Texas had $10,000 saved in the bank from cutting grass? That motherfucker didn't even have $1,000 in the bank. He was living check to check cutting grass. And then they give him and deposit $150,000 into his Bank of America account. Come on, dude. Of course, bro. He'd never seen that kind of money before. Dude. And now the money's gone. But he does have a badass Ford Raptor, a brand new truck, and a brand new cool trailer. 16-footer. Like mine. So I'm probably going to buy his trailer from him. He still has it parked. I've been asking him every month. You know, it's the smallest things that you don't realize that people did with this money, and it's gone. I know a very personal good friend of mine, a really good friend of mine, I'm not going to mention names, that got $267,000 for his retail store. He spent it on buying a pool, a Jeep Grand Cherokee, adding a gym to his house, and spends the money on his business too. What's up, Robert? the more money that they gave to this person, the more he spent it on other things. Now, most of that money is gone. People did really stupid things with the money and they spent it. And when the IRS comes calling in a few 5 to 10 years, because they're got to catch up, IRS is so behind. When they finally catch up and start auditing these people and want to know where the money went for their business, and that they have a $150,000 pool in the backyard, then they're going to realize, holy shit, this guy spent money on that instead. So anyway, you ran out of government funds and now you had to close your business. Yeah, I want to. What's up, Jesus Martinez? I want to put this for an example, and I said this in my last meeting with my group. I've never owned a restaurant before. I never have owned a restaurant. I've always wanted to own a restaurant, but I have never owned a restaurant. If you gave me $300,000, if anybody gave me $300,000, I would open a restaurant. If I had free $300,000, I would open a restaurant. Even though I don't know how to run a restaurant or do it, but I would guarantee I'd be successful in it. Imagine people that got the loan and never seen $300,000 and went and opened a restaurant. Yeah, they spent it on stupid shit because they didn't know how to run a business in the first place. So there you go. If you give anybody $300,000, they'll figure out what to do with it and run some kind of business. That's just fucking normal. Either it's going to be an online business or it's going to be a door-to-door business or, feet on the ground business, whatever it is. They're going to open it. They're going to try it. $300,000 is a lot of fucking money, man. Anybody can open it. Hey, Kraken. Apparently you're a junk removal service. $300,000, what kind of businesses could you open? Robert, what kind of business could you open? Alex, what kind of business could you open with $300,000? Come on, chime in. Tell me, dudes. What kind of business could you run with $300,000? If the government was giving you free money, what could you do with it? Name one business, each one of y'all name one business that you would open with that kind of money. It can't be junk removal. It's got to be another business where you're going to be successful. What is that business? What would y'all do? So many, yeah, so many. You could do so much. There are so many fucking businesses that you can open with $300,000. You could open a coffee shop. You can open a mentorship shop, a golden chicken shop. Sell used fucking cars. There you go. And that's a decent business to be in if you know what you're doing with it. If you know the right cars to buy at auction, that's a good business. So that's what they did in junk removal. But they did it in junk removal. They invested money in junk removal. They saw this cool, great, good-looking guy on YouTube. I forgot his name, but it rhymes with Bernardo. And he, the name of his company rhymes with JunkGuys, something like that. I don't know who it is. But they saw his great-looking face on YouTube, and they noticed that this guy's successful. Hell, I could do it. If this idiot fucking can do it on YouTube, why can't I do it? Well, you gave it a shot and you failed, guys. You closed your business. Because you're not a business owner. You work for somebody. There's kind of three individuals in life, right? There's three kind of individuals in life. There's a worker, okay? Then there's a leader, and then there's an owner who can lead. Those are the type of people in business. So many people tried this business and failed, and those people are on Facebook Marketplace selling their trucks and trailers. They got the loan, they know they did, and they'll deny it till the end of time. And they're on fucking Craigslist that they didn't get $1, but they did, and the money's out. They ran out of money. They can't go back to the fucking bank and get $10,000 or $5,000. I never saw that money. It's gone. And now the bank is going to call a repo company and come get the Mercedes. You know, it's gone. YouTube's selling nothing but a dream. You got that right. YouTube's selling them all. Wait a minute, I'm on YouTube. What the fuck? Cracking. Anyway, guys, hope y'all enjoyed this video. You know, I was just talking to my friend Mike Feeney from ER Junk, and he brought this up, and I'm like, dude, I got to talk about it. You know what I mean? Don't forget to subscribe. I'm here at my local coffee shop. I will talk to y'all later. March 2024, the Junk Removal Summit in Dallas, Texas. I'm out, guys.